You are now listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Podcast.
Welcome to Ride With Me, episode 48. Today is April 24th, 2021. Today on the podcast, I have my buddy, the Italian Stallion.
Thanks for having me.
What's going on, buddy? How was the drive over here?
It was good. It's just always got to take the streets where I live. There's really no easy way.
You wore a seatbelt, right?
I'm supposed to.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, my wife kills me. Even when I get in her car, the thing blinks, bling, bling. Every time, put on your damn seatbelt. But I have a backstory.
No, you told me a story once about your dad, if I'm correct.
Well, if we go back to the mid '80s, I actually was born in San Diego, and my parents had a deli. It was an Italian deli, and we would transport goods from here, LA County, to San Diego County. So this was, I'm gonna say, sometime in January. So my dad has been driving for about an hour, and my grandfather said, "Son, let me drive. You've been driving." So my dad's like, "Okay," he's really tired from driving, so he passed out. I guess he didn't have a seatbelt on, and the window was open on his side. So from what my dad told me, that they got into a big car crash. My dad said it was like a falling dream. Boom, he fell out, woke up. He saw a car crash, and he walked over to the car, and he seen my grandfather dead with his eyeball hanging out.
Oh.
My dad wasn't wearing a seatbelt. If he would have wore his seatbelt, my dad would have died. And this happened January '84, and I was born December, so I wasn't even conceived yet.
Oh.
So in my mind, I'm like, shit, if I wear a seatbelt and someone hits me, am I going to get... It's like you're claustrophobic in the car, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't wear it, but I just wear it if I have to. Is that weird?
I mean, it is a state law, or a United States law, but I mean, if it makes you feel comfortable, I mean, it's like...
It's a 5% chance that can happen. That was the 5% chance. A 95% chance it's more safe to wear your seatbelt. But I wouldn't be here today if you wore a seatbelt.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's just don't get stopped by the cops and you should be fine.
Yeah, so I'll
make sure Officer Ricky doesn't get your plates right now. Cause,
I got to set a good example, especially now that I have the baby.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get into that right now. But, dude, I didn't know my wife was shocked too. I didn't know you lived out here in La Puente Baldwin Park area.
Yeah, they moved from San Diego, I'm going to say around 87 out here. And, we grew up poor, just like everybody else. My dad sold Kirby vacuums door to door from 85 to recently. He just kind of semi-retired. So if he doesn't sell, we don't eat. So
yeah,
back then it was, 80s, so it was a lot cheaper. But, he provided for us. So grew up out here, La Puente Baldwin Park. So it's home out here. San Gabriel Valley, there's nice parts, but La Puente, Avocado Heights, that's where we started.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're going on 4 years living out here.
How'd you guys get out here?
Yeah, obviously this is the mother-in-law's property, so she needed better tenants, and the family wanted to move out here, so 2 birds, 1 stone.
Perfect. So and you got your route over here.
And I got my route. Now I live on my route, and I love it.
But I think you started in Azusa.
I did. When I first came out here to meet you guys, I met you, Lee, Trujillo, Haro. Well, Haro wasn't with us yet. But when I came out here, I met you guys. My first year was in Azusa, which I've never been in Azusa. So it's like I got to know that area.
So that was your first time in Azusa, huh?
That was my first time in Azusa. Yeah, I drove by it multiple times when I would go to the Rancho Cucamonga because Uncle Roy lives in Rancho. And I would drive by there, but now it's like again, I think I've said it before, it's like when I moved out here, they're like, oh, you're going to be going with traffic, and I didn't know what that meant until you move out here. It's like, oh, meaning I'll never be stuck in traffic.
You're going east.
Yeah, I'll never be stuck in traffic.
So when you got to Azusa, did you think, man, this sucks compared to the full portfolio, like, because it's not really a busy area?
Actually, it made me look like a superstar, because when you come from a full portfolio warehouse to a not full portfolio, everything's a lot faster.
Yes.
Like when I first started doing this business, I started off in Silmar where they had more items to sell. Then I go to Ventura where they have less items to sell. Then I go to Santa Barbara where they have even less items to sell. So I'm already trained to inventory a lot of items, and now it's like a little less by less. Then I come out here and it's even less.
And Azusa too.
Dude, I'm done quick, where it's like some of these guys still say like, how do you get done so fast? You have like the heaviest route. It's time management, man.
I came from full portfolio as well out there in Marina Del Rey, and I would start it sometimes at 4:30, get done by 4.
Yeah.
So it is nice to kind of be able to breathe.
I love it, dude.
But it got harder too with all the demands. But
hey, what job doesn't, dude?
It's
like I was just mentioning that to somebody recently. You can still be at Walmart and stress out.
Oh, I heard they're
it's
brutal over there.
Everyone has a stressful part of their job. My mentality is it's only as stressful as you make it stressful.
That's true.
So I mean, like I said, dude, I love it. Stuff gets done. I mean, I still have a job. The kids get fed, like you said earlier, and I mean, I'll say it multiple times. I'll say it over and over again. I love what I do. And
then you were able to get the opportunity to come out here because I think McDaniels got promoted. So boom, you're in your backyard.
Exactly. So he got promoted.
Did they offer that to you, or they just said taking it?
They pretty much discussed it between them, and they're like, "Who do you think is going to be worthy of having this route?" So it was an honor that they picked me. At first, I was like, "Why did they move me? I didn't even ask to be moved." At first, it was a little stressful, so I was kind of hating it. But dude, there's the toughest people out here. The toughest customers out here can be the nicest people. Hey man, hey, I need to put a display up a beer, and how much are they gonna pay you? Well, so much. Well, how much if you put this much? Well, so much. Okay, put that one up. So he scratched my back. I scratched his, he scratched mine. So I was able to make a little extra money thanks to that, just because he was curious on how much I was gonna make.
It's crazy how people that want to know, especially.
And he tripled it. He tripled. Some of these guys, like I said, I've always said, I'm very cautious of what I tell people. Like you said, right now, it just depends. Like if I come. Dude, my boss said it the other day. I can't believe like you're so happy-go-lucky all the time. That's just how I am. So I come and I tell people. I think my biggest problem is asking people how was their weekend when they were there. I remember asking this one guy one time, "Hey, how was your weekend, man?" And he was like, "I was here on this," like really pissed because I asked him that question.
Like, you must be nice that you're off.
Exactly.
Like that, yeah.
So sometimes they tell us, "Hey, don't take it personal what these guys tell you." Because they're just probably bitter that they had to work over the weekend. So I'm very cautious of what I say, when I ask, "How was your day?" Or I try not to say, "How was your weekend?" because I already know the answer. But like I said, dude, I love it. I love what I do. I mean, coming home, being able to come home. The beautiful thing about being on here is that I can come home and check on my kids during lunch and make sure they're on their, because they're freaking the distance learning. They're at home doing their homework, and my boy, the little one, Jojo, his grades started dropping. So now we have to kind of like keep an eye on him. I really wish he was back at school.
It does matter.
Yeah, right, but with the wife working, if they were to start at the same time, then she can take him to school and pick him up later. But with this hybrid bull, whatever it's called, well, one can come in at 8, the other one can come in at 12. I'm like, no, she's not gonna make 4 trips.
What is it like now in the school system? Fill me in. Like, what is it?
Dude, it's totally different than when I was a kid. I feel like the school nowadays is totally different than now these kids get rewarded to read. I don't remember ever being rewarded to read. I don't remember. These kids have AR points, and they have a goal now. Like they have to read, and they have to make so many AR points by a semester. So my kid reads books, and he's done within a day and with one book, and takes a test. And like the other day he had a test. Dad, I need to take the AR test. Okay, go ahead, knock it out. I need your help. Why? They only have the test in Spanish.
Really?
For the book that he read. So
why is that?
I don't know. It's the system. It's whatever. You have to find out whether this book qualifies for an AR point. For AR points, you can read a book that gives you 1 point. I told him I don't want to see 1 point books. I want to see 15-point books. And they've been reading bigger books. And he'll read. He'll get it done. And like I said, if the book's in the system to qualify for AR points, then it's only happened twice where the test was in Spanish. So I helped them as best as I could. Some words I Googled. Yes, I'm Mexican, but I can't. The definition to some words are, different. They sound different. So he ended up getting an 80.
So do they know? Did your kids know any Spanish?
They can understand it. They won't speak it.
Yeah, that's
they won't. Like he was looking at the test, and he can guess the answer by whatever the answer could be. And so he gets an 80 on that test, right? He goes, Dad, you gave me an 80. Dude, he went and complained to his teacher, and he told his teacher, can I retake the test? My dad helped me because it was in Spanish. And the teacher's like, unfortunately, the test is not in English. So you got a passing grade. What's the problem? He goes, I know I can get 100.
Well, that's good, though. That
Yeah.
He knows what he can do.
So he was pissed that I got him an 80. I'm like, dude, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. The other kid is Nick is pretty smart. Like, he is taking summer classes when he doesn't even have to. He just wants to get ahead of the game.
That's really good.
So, but yeah, I mean,
different time, man, than the 80s and 90s, right?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, I could be wrong, but then again, I hardly ever went to school. But I could be wrong. But yeah, no, I see that they get rewarded now, and nowadays they really want you to. I notice that everything's like the more kids graduate, or the more kids advance to the next grade, the more funding the school gets. You know, I don't know if it was like that back when I was in school, but
now they have they've had it a while, but they have this exit exam they have to take.
Yeah.
What, 3-4 years to take it, but we didn't have no exit exam.
I can't. Again,
crazy.
Again, I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm not a real test taker myself, so I don't know how that would have went, but
yeah, I mean, I tried the college thing, bro, and taking a history test
me too,
sucks.
Man.
If I can't, history does not stick.
That's why we're salesmen, right?
That's right. That's right. It's a lot easier to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about you saying earlier?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's kind of like Spanish.
I know what that means. Yeah. I know what that means. I had a buddy of mine that I can't say I had. I have a buddy of mine. I've known him since I was 15 years old. He owned his own back then his own video store. And we
like VHS, like that.
The VHS, yeah, right before they went into DVD, and or they were already kicking in DVD. But he went in and got he had a video store, and I was always renting movies from there. And he was like, "Hey, you want a part-time job here with me?" I'm like, "I mean, why not?" He goes, "You'll rent the movies for free." I'm like, "I'm not gonna say no to free rentals."
Yeah.
And he's Italian. His mom's Italian. His mom and his dad's Mexican, but he has
perfect
Italian.
Both foods are there you go.
The little when it would say, you know, he'll come with güero, presto, güero, presto. I'm like, what does that mean, bro? What do you want to borrow? He goes, no, presto. I mean, hurry up, come on.
Hurry up.
Yeah, and then he would always say, aborto la porto. I'm like, what does that mean? He goes, open the damn door, dude. I'm like, why can't you just say it in English? Open the door. And no, he was cool. Like I said, I've known him for a long time. He's the one that actually, when I started the podcast, he heard the first clip of the first episode. He goes, I know what device you're using. You just need better microphones. So that's for the first 4 episodes. They have mic issues. Because I bought these microphones and I try to use this. And he's the one that he does weddings, DJs. I'm a photographer because I know how to take photos because of him. He did DJ, so I know a little bit of DJing. But I mean, I don't know what people like in music. He quinceañeras and weddings, and he always hired me. Güero, I need you to be a cameraman. Okay, cool. So I know what angles to take and everything, and sometimes noticing your surroundings before you take a photo. And my cousin, actually, she was on a podcast a few weeks ago, and she I see the photos that she posts on her Instagram. They're pretty cool, like the scenery and the mountains and stuff. They're pretty cool.
There's a lot more than people think when it comes to photography.
Oh yeah, dude. There's a picture on my wallpaper on my phone. Is Ventura Beach, and I just love it because the way it was like just taken. Like, it's just a beautiful picture. And there was this one picture that I had on my wallpaper also. It was a life tower in Ventura Beach, and just the colors in the ocean, the color of the sky, pinkish, and it's like, it was a beautiful picture. I'm like, that's my new wallpaper. My kids are like, Dad, how come you keep changing your wallpaper all the time? I'm like, because I like the picture. They're like, you don't have us on there. I'm like, oh, I mean, I like the scenery, man. Look at this. I miss the ocean. I miss home.
Isn't that them on there? I see some people on that.
Oh, actually, no. When you swipe open my phone, it is the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, of course.
You like my shrine?
I like your loyalty. That's for sure.
Of course. I had a so when we had the softball tournament at Angel Stadium, you were there.
Almost every year till COVID happened.
Yeah, you were there. That's right. You were there. We were trying to compare stories earlier, and we're like, what the hell? What have we done since we've been over here? That's right. So that day, I ended up winning a autograph Justin Upton jersey.
I heard that on the other podcast.
And Upton, yeah.
Pretty good player.
So there's this account that I go to on Tuesdays, and he has a stock boy that stocks his beers, and he sells jerseys. He has a little business of jerseys, and I was telling him, hey, how much can I get for this? And he was like, what do you want? Anything you want? Like,
he wanted it.
He wanted it. I'm like, look, I'm not an Angels fan. The jersey's just been sitting in the closet for a long time. I mean, I have an Angels jersey that I wear only to piss off my buddy Roger because he hates the Angels, and I'll wear it when he comes by so I can piss him off. And I just like it because it was purchased for me from Constellation. And I don't, the one that I won, I was like, I know somebody can use this jersey.
Hold on, for the record, you're not a big baseball fan.
I'm not.
It's not about the Dodgers or Angels.
I'll watch it when
you're just not a big fan.
I don't have the patience to sit there and watch it. I'll watch it when the Dodgers are in the World Series.
So you'll say more you're a Dodgers.
So I'll watch it. Oh no, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I won't sit there and watch Angels game.
Yeah.
And the only thing is, you grew up as an Angels fan as a kid because
if
Angels in the outfield, bro.
Maybe.
Angels in the outfield, bro.
Yeah.
But so I told him, hey man, what's up with this? And he goes, it's a good jersey, it's a badass jersey, and I will get you whatever you want. He wanted to buy it. I don't want money.
What do you think the jersey was worth?
I don't know, dude. I don't follow baseball, so I can't tell you.
$200 maybe?
Probably. The jersey alone was probably $200.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you add an autograph to it. So he said, what do you want for me? How much you want for it? I'm like, look, you sell jerseys for a living. Get me a decent size. Give me a decent jersey. We're going to share. We're going to trade. Like jersey for jersey. Give me a Dallas Cowboy jersey, but it has to be
signed.
Authentic. And needs to be a good one. Don't give me no Chinese knockoff bullshit.
Right.
And even my Uncle Roy said the same thing. He better not give you a knockoff because this is a jersey's autograph. He's actually winning from this deal. I know he is. I just feel bad holding on to something that I'll never have any use for.
You got to get worth out of it.
If I'm going to look at, I'd rather have it out here with my stuff that's autographed, but it's a jersey. Look at my hats. My hats are all covered in dust.
And it doesn't go with this.
Exactly.
You got to stick with the football theme.
Exactly. Anyway. So, dude, he gives me the jersey, and it's like badass.
What did he give you?
A Dak Prescott throwback jersey.
Nice.
It's
what color was
badass.
it? The white?
The white shoulders and the blue. And true, dude, I was like instantly, dude.
But not signed.
But not signed. No, I'd rather have a jersey that I'm gonna wear.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just simple as that.
You're making it wear it if Dak signed it.
No, exactly. Now, he told me that he can get customized jerseys too, and for me, because I hooked him up with the jersey, he won.
Where's the jersey?
It's in the closet, bro. That's the one I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna wear it.
I thought you would hang it over here.
No, because I'm gonna wear it, bro. I'm gonna probably wear it on Saturday. Where are you going? Nowhere. I'm just gonna wear it.
I'm going to the market.
I'm just gonna wear it. And yeah, he came up with a better deal, and he has an autograph on it. And I mean, good for him. I mean,
hey, you both won.
Exactly.
Happy, yeah.
I got something that I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna enjoy. I can't enjoy a jersey just sitting in the garage in the closet.
Yeah, right.
You know, so I have an Angels jersey and I have a Dodgers jersey, and I'll wear it depending on what I'm wearing. Like if I'm wearing black pants, I'm gonna put on the fucking Angels jersey.
But the main priority is the Cowboys.
The main priority is football, dude. I don't have the patience to watch basketball. I don't have the patience to watch
basketball's just too
baseball. I don't have the patience. I've gone so many points. I've gone to basketball games. I've gone to hockey games. I've never been to a football game.
What?
I know.
You've never been to a football game?
And then the one year the Cowboys come to freaking LA.
You're killing me.
COVID, dude. We can't even go.
Know. I was fortunate to go to a couple Buccaneers games.
Yeah.
Long story. 1999, we came out with a game, or it was 97. You know the game NFL Blitz for 64?
Yeah.
So back in 97,
love that game.
We didn't have a football team here. We didn't have the Raiders. We didn't have the Rams. So I saw the pirate pewter and red, and I just stuck with it. And here we are with 2 Super Bowls later. So yeah. The point is, you stick to your team.
Yeah.
You guys have 5, so
yeah,
you can hold off a little bit longer.
I actually take that back. I actually have gone to a game at the Rose Bowl. It was a college football game.
But it wasn't a Cowboy
It wasn't
game.
a pro game. It wasn't.
You're killing me. You never been to a game,
hey, dude. I don't care. I'm hardcore football fan. I don't follow stats and all that bullshit. I like football. That I will. If the whatever team were to come here, I would go to a Rams game just to enjoy the football game.
See that new stadium too. It looks amazing.
And but yeah, man, I just like I don't have the patience to watch any other sport. So I mean, imagine if I did, bro. My wife already hates the freaking 8 months or 6 months that the football's on, because I pretty much tell the family, deuces. I don't know you guys.
But it's once a
get along.
week.
Exactly, but she knows that I'm gonna be
Does your wife hate
dude. At one point, I
sports?
had 3 TVs in the living room watching 3 games.
Well, it's fantasy football
of
season,
course,
baby.
of course.
Did you ever end up winning that year when you were? I think you were like 14-1
I lost to a girl.
in the semi or the Super
I lost
Bowl?
to the Super Bowl.
Oh, I bet you were.
I lost to a girl, dude.
How many points did you lose by?
I think she beat me by like 20.
And then you were hot the whole year.
I was pissed. Yeah, I was good. I lost 1 game.
That's the thing about fantasy. I almost went out.
It's addicting, bro.
Man. I lost, I think, with Adrian Peterson, the running back.
Yeah.
And that would have been it. I would have won it all. But there's 20 points minus.
It was that football. Fantasy football is addicting, especially when you do it with my Uncle Roy, because we go to his house and he'll have beers, he'll have barbecue, he'll have everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then when the draft starts, he has a board as big as this Star Wars backdrop right here with the slots of where we're going to put who picks who.
Oh, yeah.
Slots,
yeah.
Yeah. And he makes it fun, dude. And then so it's fun to be able to text back and forth during the weekend and just talking smack. Like you said, hey, man, I won't talk something. Hey, dude.
I won't talk crap about your Cowboys.
It doesn't matter, bro. That's what sports is all about. My cousin, I just said it the other day. I have a cousin who is a big New York Giants fan, and I can't tell him to fuck off because he's blood.
They're in your division.
But he knows how to get under my skin. He talks so much shit, dude.
It's tough
he
being
talks
a
so
Cowboy
much shit,
fan, especially right now.
It's
America's team, man. You got to live up to it.
You know, somebody asked me again, and I probably already said this before, but somebody asked me again the other day, is like, why are you a Cowboys fan? I'm like, because I became a Cowboys fan when they were America's team.
They were.
Because that's all you saw on TV. When I held a football for the first time, that's all you saw on TV. When you saw, like, they went to Super Bowl. In my lifetime, they won 3 Super Bowls.
Right.
And I said the other day, who can say that? Actually, Tom Brady fans can say that.
Yeah.
And
Patriot fans.
there's somebody said, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl this year. The Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. And I was realistic, bro. Realistic. Honest answer to me is no, we're not. We can go.
They had a chance.
We can go. We can go to the Super Bowl. Doesn't mean we're going to win it.
But the
why?
thing is, if you make the Super Bowl, it means something.
Yeah.
You made it.
If we make it, that's fine. Why? Because we're not going to win the Super Bowl. Because Tom Brady didn't retire.
When he retires,
Damn, there's a possibility. Exactly.
Then you got to worry about Mahomes.
Speaking of the 16, was it 16 or 17?
16, it should have been
The Packers when it was a catch.
Exactly.
When it should have been a catch. Okay, that day, my wife realized, oh shit, this guy is a true
that was a tough
Cowboy
time for you guys.
fan.
I remember that game.
The game ended. She comes up to me. We were at a birthday party. We were at Ish's son's birthday party. And she comes up to me and she's like, babe, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Babe, are you crying? I'm like, no. She goes, babe, your eyes, wipe your... I'm like, I was crying, dude.
I think the whole fan base was. And the thing about that year for LA County is, you know, we're in the beer business. When the Raiders win and the Cowboys win, we sell a lot of beer.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So that year, and my wife's a Raider fan, so they win, I think, 14... Where did they go?
That's the first year Dak.
12-4. So it was supposed to be Cowboys versus Raiders in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And we would have had a record number of beer sales. But
That's
happen.
that's the first year Dak. I have the first newspaper clipping
from
of Dak. Yeah, it's back there somewhere.
But he just got the contract. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So it's football any given Sunday. Right?
Yeah. Dude, so enough about football, but you just became a first-time dad, right?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Congratulations. How's that been?
It's been, well, let's just say I haven't slept a day since she's born, but we're getting used to it. I wish I would have did it when I was younger. That's probably the only thing I could say that I regret, but yeah, it's awesome, man. Just, it's nothing like, I guess, holding your own, because you hold everybody else's babies. Oh, this is cute, but when it's your own, it melts your heart. Like, I can't even describe it.
The love you have for a child is totally different for anything and anyone else. So when I held my kid for the first time, it's like, I can't even explain it, bro. It's like,
you can't
like pretty you mean you love your spouse, but you just love your kid even more. Like there is no, like, the love for your kid trumps any love, bro. It's just like I can't explain it, bro, but it's like honestly, the kids sometimes ask you, hey, if we were both hanging off the edge of the cliff, who would you save? If I were to be asked that by my baby's mom and my kid, I'd definitely pick my kid.
Well, yeah.
Definitely. So, sorry, this belching beaver is coming back. But the love that you have for your kid, bro, is just totally, it's different love. It's a different kind of love. And were you there for when it's a girl, right?
Yeah, her name is Viviana. I was
Cerrone,
there.
right?
Cerrone,
Making sure.
Viviana Elsie Cerrone, and she just, like you said, you can't describe it.
You can't describe it, bro. And
I wasn't a big baby guy, but it's like, man.
Well, it's funny because when I first met you, you were nowhere near talking about babies.
Oh, and I'll be 37 this year.
You freaking. I remember you told me when you were when she got when she. I want to say it. When it was late, like her period. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Her period. You were already kind of shitting bricks, dude. She's late, dude. I'm like, dude, it's okay, man. He goes, you weren't ready to be a dad.
I don't
think I didn't feel it. I felt you. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I just feel, I guess age doesn't matter.
And I told her, I said, okay, man, it'll be fine. When you told me you're going to be a dad, I think at first you were worried and scared. I saw that. But the moment you said she's pregnant, bro, I saw a difference in you. Like you were like usually the women are the ones that glow. You were glowing.
Yeah, I'm ready. I was ready at that time. It just when reality sinks in that this child's coming and it's inevitable. It's happening.
And they don't come with a handbook, dude.
Right? You're telling us.
Have you ever seen the movie Instructions Not Included?
No.
You are a grown-ass man, and being a father of a little girl, that movie will make you cry.
What year is that one?
I don't remember what year. I think maybe 2016, 2017.
So it's a little newer. Okay.
Yeah. Instructions Not Included.
Now, is that about babies?
It's going to be about what the title says. You become a parent, and they don't come with the manual.
It's crazy.
And
when they one second you don't have the baby, and then boom, here you go.
There you go.
What do I do?
Exactly.
It's crazy.
So I was thinking, you know what? I actually was excited for you to come on this podcast to talk about this, because I don't think I've ever talked about how much I love my kids, or I don't think I've ever gotten into how much I feel that they are the reason they saved my life. My kids saved my life. My kids took me out of that funk that I was in.
Yeah.
And
like revamped you. Is
yeah.
that how you feel?
And like, when I got the salesman of the year, and our boss said the same thing. Like, this guy has proven it multiple times that he will do whatever for his kids, and he's proven it. He shows it. And I like I said, I feel my kids saved my life. I feel like they took me out of that funk that I was in, from depression to whatever I wanted to do to myself, to, hey, you know what? I gotta get better. Because when I had visitations, I would only get them for 3 hours a day. And
oh man,
and
that must be rough.
I would walk 30 minutes to my baby's mom's house or apartment, whatever, to pick them up, to only walk back home, to then 2.5 hours later walk them back and drop them off. So an hour of my 3 hours were a walk.
That's tough.
Me pushing them on a stroller. And then at one point I got a bike with the little trailer, and my wife's like, get rid of the trailer. Or my mother-in-law wanted it. And I'm like, no, that's my trailer. You don't use it. I understand I don't use it, but it holds a sentimental value. That little thing, that little trailer, I would haul my kids in it, and they had a blast. The same reason why I won't get rid of these couches, bro. My wife wanted to get rid of these couches, and I said, they're a sentimental value. I don't want to get rid of them. But, I did whatever it took. Like, one day we went to the store, and my son Nick wanted something, and I told him, I can't afford it. Dude, it's something simple, something $2.
You just straight up say it.
I can't afford it. So that day I made a promise to myself that I would never tell my kids I can't afford it.
And that's a goal you had.
And that was one of my goals. Like, my goal is to make sure that I never tell them I can't afford it. Now, can I afford it? Yes. But now I tell them, have you earned it? So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just a different love, dude. Were you did you watch the birth?
I was there. It was we were there from 2:30 in the morning. Vivian was born 7:25. I think I was up for 2 days, but it didn't feel like it because just the joy and this something new. It just, like I said, it revamps you. It revamps you as a person. I think I'm a changed man. I mean,
no,
I just feel like, why didn't I do this before? Why didn't I do this when I was between the age of like 25 and 30?
Honestly, dude, I never even wanted kids.
It's like no one does, but when it happens, you're like, damn, I'm glad it happened.
Because I was traumatized, bro. It's like I've been changing diapers since I was 5 years old.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, my mom had multiple kids, and the moment I was able to walk around, I was changing diapers. You know, I was changing, like I said, at 5 years old. So if I was 5, this was 1987. So we're talking, I'm changing my brother my brother Alex's diapers, or I'm changing Danny's my brother Danny's diapers. So it's like, I've been changing diapers for that long. It's like, so my wife tells me if we have a kid, I'm like, that kid's all yours. That kid's all yours. I've done my time. I've changed diapers for 20 years. No, I lied. Almost 30 years. I'm done. I will love the child, but changing diapers, bathing, all that is all you.
Wouldn't she get upset with you for saying that?
You know, she says that, she's like, but you're a sucker for kids. You say how much you hate kids, but we have, because I'll be like, oh, babies, babies,
oh, yeah.
But she's like, you are a sucker for little girls. Because my nieces, one of them, Elena, dude, I scared the shit out of her one day. She was just staring at me. She just had like this stare.
How old was she at the time?
She was like one or two, maybe 2. And she was just staring at me, and then out of the blue, I go, "What are you looking at?" And I scared the shit out of her. That for like 2-3 months, every time she saw me, she would cry. And but that same little girl, before I scared her, somebody took a picture of me sleeping on a recliner, holding that baby. So it's like, so that my wife's like, "You're a sucker for kids, dude. Don't you know?" So she knows that I'm telling her this, but I'll be a sucker for the baby. You know, same thing goes for the twins, you know. I for some reason scared them or something at one point, and they would do their best to stay away from me. One of them was like, one day they saw me and they're like, "Oh no, Adelie, Anastasia and Adelie, come with me, come, like to go around me, like if I was going to hurt them, right?"
Oh, that's cool.
So I was like, they're literally afraid of me. And one day it was a party, and nobody was paying attention to the twins, and one of them was walking around with the tea set, and she wanted to play tea party. So I'm like, "Hey, you wanna play tea party?" Yeah. And dude, again, this photo exists of me laying on a kitchen floor, having a little 2-year-old serve me fake tea.
Awesome.
So like my wife says, you are a sucker for little girls. If we have a little girl, she will have you wrapped around her finger or whatever. I'm like,
they say girls do that to the father.
Dude, I love, like, I put up, like, they're like, okay, example, people know that biologically my daughter is not my daughter, and I love her to death. When people ask me, how the fuck did you manage to put up with your baby's mom shit for this long? And my answer is, because I fell in love. And they're like, "Oh, but she fucking drove you crazy." I didn't say who I fell in love.
Exactly.
I fell in love with my daughter, and she was only 4 months old. And, you know, like I said, I put up with so much shit, fucking, you know, 6 cheatings and fucking just almost, you know, like I said, it was just bad. But I put up with all that bullshit for my daughter. Look at her now. Dad, my graduation is on June 10th. I'm like, holy shit, I'm off that day. I'm actually off that week. She's going to be 18 in October, dude.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's like...
Did it fly by?
Yeah, it just time flies. Like I was telling you earlier, when I met my boy Roger, his kids were about the same age as mine. You know, maybe a little bit younger. And I told him, dude, I can't wait for my kids to be this age. No, bro. I take that back.
When does it get good, though? I mean, my baby's 4 weeks old. When does it get good?
When does it get good?
I don't mean to sound like
it gets good when you're allowed to toss them around like if you're wrestling.
Like 5?
No, bro.
take 'em to a ball
Once they're
game?
like 2 years old, you can toss them around. You
So
can swing
two.
them
You're
around.
gonna give me the number two,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, man. But
But at first, it is rough when you.
no, yeah. I mean, right. All they want to do right now is poop, burp, and cry. But no, it gets like every year you experience something new with them. Every year something. Like right now, 2 years ago it was all about Pokemon cards. Now it's all about Percy Jackson. They go through a phase, bro.
Wait, what's Percy Jackson?
Percy Jackson's a book that they read.
Oh, okay.
Multiple books. They got me reading it now.
Okay, so no more Pokemon then.
No more Pokemon. Not that much. They do. We play Pokemon Go, and now they don't even play with me anymore. Like, you fucking assholes.
On to the next, right?
On to the next. It's a phase, bro. It's a phase. Same thing with your kid. Right now, today, she'll like your keys. Tomorrow, she'll want makeup. It's a blink of an eye, bro.
So it's faster than we think.
And, dude, take photos, take pictures, photos and pictures, same shit. Videos, shares those memories. I have an external hard drive with videos and pictures from when I would take them to the park my 3 hours, when I would just take them to the beach, whatever, dude.
So what age were they when you fully took
Custody?
Yeah.
I believe Julian, so we're talking 2014. So Julian was going on 5.
Oh,
Nick was
okay.
going on 7.
And ever since
then, they've been living with me, and like I said, and I'll say this over and over again. I give full credit to my wife on their reading, on their grades, on everything, because I am the let's play video games kind of dad.
You know what? That's what women are best for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's your specialty with these kids.
yeah, right now your baby's little, bro, but like I said, just time flies, bro. Like I said, my daughter was just 4 months old, and now she's going to be 18.
Wow.
And
you're still young, see?
yeah, dude, just like the stuff, like the bonding that you have with them, like
You still have time now. Like,
yeah,
to be a grandparent.
Like my daughter came to visit a few weeks ago, and I mess around with her. I'm like, mija, you're not the same kid I gave to your mom. You're not the same kid I gave back. What do you mean, Dad? All that makeup you put on, that's not you. So that day she was done. She was already wiping her makeup off. At least she learned stuff from my wife, and she does not sleep with her makeup on. And I'm laying on the couch, right? And I see her. She took off her makeup or whatever, and then I called her. I saw that 2-year-old again, and she jumped on my lap. She laid on, I'm laying on the sofa. She's laying on top of me, and I'm holding her like a fucking 2-year-old again.
So they say that they're always going to be daddy's.
They're always going to be daddy's little girl, dude. Always going to be daddy's little girl. And that's what my wife says. She's like, I hope if we have a kid, it better not be a girl.
Why? Oh, 'cause-
they're gonna
yeah,
fight.
they say that
No, it's
the boy's attached to the mom.
yeah, it is. It is.
It
It's
seems
true.
like you and your boys are attached.
But they'll back her up like there's no tomorrow.
Oh, really?
But dude, you're just gonna have to be very cautious. I was thinking. That's what I was saying earlier. I got excited when you were gonna come over, because I was thinking of the stories of these kids. First of all, you witnessed the birth, right?
Yes.
So I was there for both. I was there for both births. You see things you're not supposed to see.
Right.
It's
Cut
like-
things you're not supposed to
you
cut.
cut stuff you're not supposed to cut. But I was actually the last person to hold Nick. I had a phobia about kids because a friend of mine had a baby. This is long ago. She's my mom's age friend, so she's her friend, right? She had a baby, and I held that baby, but like 2 weeks later, that baby passed away.
What?
So ever since then,
Oh, geez.
I was like 16 years old.
Traumatizing.
Yeah, so ever since then, it happened a couple days after, but to me, it's like I held that baby. So I was always very cautious of holding babies since then, and so when my son was born, I was literally the last person to hold him. Now Nick was born at 6:22 in the afternoon, August 3rd, and like I said, I think it was like maybe 12 hours later that I'm finally holding my son, and that's when I was like, I felt like I said, that love, that bond,
Yeah.
instant bond, bro. And they say that a kid gets attached to the person they see the most within the first year.
Really?
So my
Really?
boys and my kids, all 3 of them, slept with me most of the time, or I was always around with them, or I always did stuff with them. So I felt like the boys were attached to me more.
Yeah.
And so Nick, like I said, Nick born 266, 6:22 in the afternoon, evening, and I'm sorry, 6:44. There's a reason why I keep saying the time, 6:44, and when I was driving him home, dude, I was driving so slow.
Oh yeah,
did you?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I went from Ballin Park to Pomona, and it took almost 45 minutes.
Yeah, dude, I was driving so slow. My business mom was like, you can step on the gas, you know that, right? I was just like, you have this fragile thing in the back now, you know? You got this thing, you know?
You have
like,
to be.
It's like glass. So the second one, I went 100 on a 55. No, I'm playing. And what's funny about the second birth is that I was there for that one too. But I actually fainted this time.
The second time?
Yeah.
Did you cry any other time?
No. I just fainted the second one with Nick, with Julian.
Why?
It was, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe because it was an emergency. We ended up having to rush her from where we were living at to in an ambulance, and then just a rush of everything, I guess. And then when it was time for her to give birth, it was a stressful birth. So he actually was born purple.
I thought most of them were.
Julian was born purple, dude. Like, we're talking.
Oh, you mean like real purple?
Yeah, purple.
Like
so
suffocated.
he was born under stress, and he was born at 12:22 in the afternoon on February 6th. But it was considered a stress birth because she was stressed. They were stressed.
Was it a C-section?
No.
Oh.
But when the next thing I heard, when they're about to like have her prep to start pushing, the next thing I hear is the doctor's like, "Nurse, grab the dad." And boom,
You passed out like that?
I fucking fell, dude.
Do you remember anything?
I fell. No, I just wake up to the baby crying.
How long were you out?
I don't know, minutes, because it was a quick birth. The baby was born quick. But yeah, dude, I was I passed out on that one. I passed out, and I like the kid. The wife watches Grey's Anatomy, and I'm like, oh god, I can't watch this. I can't watch this shit. How can you watch this shit? And but. Dude, every year is a new challenge. The moment they start walking, the moment they start crawling, the moment they start, everything's a new challenge, bro. Because now you have to, if you right now she's an infant, right? Newborn. So once she gets to 1, you're gonna learn things. You're gonna learn what to lock, what not to lock, what to feed her, what not to feed her. By the time she's 1, by the time she's 2, you're gonna know what else to lock, what not to lock, what to leave open. So with Layla, they'll put anything in their mouth.
And what age?
Okay, Layla was like 2 years old. No, I lied. So boom. Layla was 1. We were celebrating.
Anything. Lego.
Yeah, anything. She was 1, and we had a cell phone charger plugged into the wall. So don't leave your cell phone chargers plugged into the wall, especially if they're at reach of a children. Luckily, back then they didn't have that much watts.
Right.
So the next thing we see, we look at her as she's putting the freaking plug in her mouth. Like, you see her jump. Luckily, the voltage wasn't that big of a deal, but we unplugged it, and she was fine. Maybe screwed some shit up there, but she's fine. And then again, when it comes to girls, I forgot to say that earlier. When it comes to girls, you guys bond differently. Like, the day that she learned who Michael Jackson was, she was like, "Oh, he's a bad guy." I'm like, "Kid, how old are you? How are you saying this stuff?" So
bad guy? Who taught her that?
Come on, people, mom, maybe. So I set her on my lap. I think this is 2010. So she's what?
He had just
2010. Yeah, so she's 6 years old at this time. So he died around that time. Yeah. So I sit her on my lap and I go on YouTube and I put "You Are Not Alone" by Michael Jackson. She's 6 years old, bro. She loves this song.
It's a good song.
When she moved to her mom's 2 years ago, I cried in this very garage, listening to that song.
Well, you did cry.
I did cry when she was leaving. You know, I
I
cried because I was listening to the radio. I had my phone on the speaker and just on random, and I was just trying to keep my distance from her because she was getting ready to leave, and I was like, I don't want to hear her. I don't want to see her. I'm a little hurt right now. Dude, that song comes on and I'm sitting on a freaking chair bawling my eyes out like to that fucking song. I'm crying, bro. It's like, okay, there. I got it out of my system because when I dropped her off, I was cold. And I just told her, "Kid, before you do something stupid, just remember, what would Dad think?"
What would Dad think?
And she started crying, and she hugged me, and then that was it. Boom. And like I said, that's why I say that like I'd rather see her without makeup because I gave her without makeup, you
Exactly.
know? And now I see her like a full grown kid, and like gonna be 18 already, and she's got
you don't want him to grow up, but that you do.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like the mindset that I wanted, that I was always trying to protect her from, is stuck in her now. It's like, I always told her there's like, I told like her mom, and I've said this to my wife too. I told her, your mom was very beautiful. She just has an ugly personality. Please don't be like that. And I'm starting to catch and starting to see it. Like when people ask me, how's your daughter doing? I don't know, man. You want the good news or the bad news?
Are you allowed to say that to your daughter though? Or
I never told that to my daughter.
Okay.
No, but no, yeah. It's like she does. The mom agrees. Yeah, my personality's fucked up. I look at the shit I did to you. But yeah, dude. Like, just good role models, bro. My daughter was obviously, she witnessed a lot of stuff. She witnessed me leave. She witnessed the mom leave. You know, like back and forth bullshit, blah blah blah. So she's been through a lot. So sadly, her mind hardened to what it is now. But I'm sure that one day, just like everyone grows up out of it, and she'll see the light, and she'll do that. But yeah, that make sure that you guys don't leave any plugs out.
Is it fair to ask? Is it harder to raise a girl than a boy, or is that not really? Is that a weird question?
I think in my circumstances, it was a little bit harder to raise a girl because biologically she wasn't mine.
Oh, okay.
So it was really hard for me to discipline her or spank her or anything. You asked Jojo, and just a couple weeks ago, he slept pretty warm because I get a call from the wife, hey, this kid is locking me out of the house. He's being a pain in the ass. I look at the time, and I'm like, oh, hells no. Oh. It's like 1:30. I show up to the house. I live right here. Like I said, I live in Morale. And I told him, remember, guys, I work right here. I get home about 1:30, and Julian looks at the clock in slow motion, bro. Like, he looks at the clock, and he's like, oh, shit. And then he looks at me again, and the next thing he does is like, how many? He already knew he was going to get spanked. So I had to, dude.
Do you use, like, objects, like when we got
hit?
No.
Actually, Ayala and I want to get into a conversation about that. So I don't want to spoil anything for this one. But no, open hand, bro. Open hand. So, yes, it is harder to raise a little girl than it is a little boy. But again, it's the environment, bro. If you and your wife are not killing each other, you're fine. You are fine. My mother-in-law raised 4 of them. So you should be fine. And they all grew up to be pretty cool people. So
I think we're a pretty good team.
Yeah, you're fine. And
I can't breastfeed. That's her only complaint.
That's all. Yeah. That's
when she gets up, she wants that. Sorry, babe. You know, I can't.
Yeah.
So I have to kind of stay up with her.
Yeah.
Maybe get her a bottle to kind of be empathetic with her in that way. But because if I God willing, if I doze off, my wife gets mad.
Yeah.
Because she has to stay up, and you think you could sleep? But I understand that.
Yeah.
And then what she did overall with the birth, I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Just what these women go through.
All right. Yeah, I believe it. But let's see. Next one. I said already, don't leave objects plugged in. The number 2, always lock your doors. So during one of the visits with the kids, I picked them up, brought them home, hung out with them. After a little while, Nick needed a diaper change. And we lived in a 2-story. I lived in a 2-story house. I rented a room, but we had access to the full house, so I lived in a 2-story house. And this is like one of those days, like kind of like in the middle of being homeless and not, because I was sharing a room with my buddy Frank, and so I have the boys. Layla didn't want to come, I think. I have the boys, and we go upstairs to the room, and I'm changing Nick's diaper. All right, cool. I'm done changing his diaper. He's clothes back on, whatever, and Jojo is nowhere to be found. So I'm going through the rooms, nothing. I'm going through my roommate's rooms, nothing. I start going downstairs. Kitchen, backyard, living room, nothing. I notice the living room door is wide open. So I run out to I run out to the front yard. He's not outside. Now, we live in a cul-de-sac. This is a cul-de-sac, Oxnard College in that area.
Is that a little bit better? I mean,
the cul-de-sac?
Yeah.
Well, he only had one way to go. So, yes. So, yeah, exactly. This cul-de-sac's short one. It's maybe 8 houses long, 6 houses long. So yeah, it's a tiny one. So I ran to the middle of the street. We lived at the loop part of the cul-de-sac, pretty much at the loop. And I run to the middle of the street, and I look towards the freaking other like the crossing street. Not only is Jojo over there, he's on the other side of that crossing street. So not only did Jojo cross one street, he crossed 2.
Well, if you had to guess how many yards that is, what would you say?
Football field, maybe?
No way.
And I see this little person way the hell on the other side of the street, and I run.
Oh, yeah.
I book it. I get him, and I think that day I met fear. I met fear was. Yes. I ran over there. I forgot about Nick being upstairs. I booked it, dude.
But he was okay.
He was fine. I grabbed him. I'm like, don't ever do that again. And I freaking, oh, yes. I was so scared.
How old was he then at that time?
He had just turned a year, maybe a year and a half.
Jesus.
He was just walking. So this kid, not only did he manage to go down the stairs, out the front door, and because he knew the walkway, he knew his way. We always walked that when I picked him up and when I dropped him off. So he knew where he was going.
Pretty sharp, I mean.
But I was like, holy shit. Dude, that was the scariest shit ever.
Wow.
That was Julian. Now, so lock your doors. Lock your doors. Don't leave anything plugged in, and lock your doors. Nick. Oh, he had to have been also. Julian wasn't born yet. Nick was about, I'm going to say, I think she was just recently pregnant. So I think he was a year and a half. Nick was a year and a half. And we're at my buddy Roger's house. He was living in Westlake Village. He had a nice apartment. The pool, he had a view to the pool, and we were always at the pool. And we're chit-chatting just like we are right now. And when kids are quiet, bro, that's when they're the most dangerous. That's when they're up to no good.
Oh, okay.
So we're like, where the hell's Nick at? The hell, all of a sudden, and then we start getting a whiff of beer. We start smelling beer. Roger had this little mini Heineken kegs in the kitchen floor.
Those mini ones?
Yes. Nick managed to pump the beer out of this little keg. Nick was playing in the puddle of beer. Nick was the happiest baby for 2 hours.
Did he intake any?
Obviously, if he was the happiest baby for 2 hours.
So who was upset at that situation?
I was like, dude, I'm sorry, I owe you a keg. He goes, don't worry about it. I'm like, dude, do we need to take him to the hospital? And like food poisoning or whatever? What do we do? But we noticed that he was fine. Like he was just like cheerful, happy. You know, I'm like, okay, if he starts showing some kind of sign that he needs to get medical checked, then we'll take him to the hospital. Nah, dude, and he slept well that night. So, another thing you need to lock. You're a beer salesman, bro. Lock the beer.
Yeah, we have a lot of that in there.
Lock the beer. So, I was thinking about it, like, what stories do I have for the kids that I can share to prepare Ryan for what he's going to get himself into?
I just feel like I got a long way to go. I mean, I thought about it when my daughter's an adult, I'll be a senior. So yeah. It's like,
no, you can't see it that way, bro. I mean,
you know, like
I say that, yeah, like you said earlier about having kids when you're young. Yes, because I still have, they're teens. I still feel I have the energy to run around with them, to go do stuff with them. I get it. But like I said earlier, I thank Officer Ricky for introducing me to this Yoli because he added years to my life by me losing weight. And I'm going to continue to lose weight. I will be here long enough to see my kids.
Your great-grandkids?
To see my great grandkids. Again, like I said about the podcast, they will always have this audio for them to hear and for my grandkids to hear and be like, holy shit, your dad was fucking badass.
All this is pretty badass, man. And you stuck with this too, I mean.
Dude, I was just telling the wife the other day, I can't believe I'm pushing 48 episodes.
Man.
You know, this is number 48. And it's just us having a conversation that relate to what we're talking about, relate to what the stories need to relate to what I grew up with, what I did, my life, and what I can share. And, you know, like, I'm like, you know what? let's have Ryan come on and see what it's like to be a new dad. Because guess what, buddy? I've been in those shoes.
Man, I appreciate it. And like you said, this takes away the stress. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, and it's fun just to kind of get things off your chest and tell stories. Like,
Yeah. Like, yeah, we're doing it over a microphone. Like, we could have done it without a microphones, but then we wouldn't have a podcast episode.
and then you won't have no history behind it.
Nah, I like I said, like, if the person coming on can have a similar conversation or something we can relate to, then we have a podcast. Because then we're talking about who is Flat Tire Andy.
Yep.
So, yeah, no. I want kids? Hells no.
But that's normal for us to think like that. But once it happens, you
yeah, like I said, dude, it's a different kind of love. Like it was kind of hot the other day, and the kids were sleeping in the living room, and the boys, well, because Layla doesn't live here anymore, but the boys were sleeping in the living room, and I caught myself just staring at them. I may not tell them I love them all the time, or I may not show it, but they know.
That's a guy thing, anyways.
That's a guy thing.
Because my dad's like that with me too. I know he loves me to death, but it's different between the father son and the father daughter.
Yeah.
I feel like I could smother my little daughter, but if it was a boy, maybe I don't know. Like it's just the way it is. But is one thing true that is baby fever real or no? Meaning like you want to have more or is it one and done is okay?
Some people get it. I wasn't looking for. I didn't want the number 2. Julian.
No,
or
you
3.
said they were very close in age.
They are exactly to the T 16 months apart. And remember earlier I was giving the times. Why? Because I feel that everything about those 2 boys are divided or multiplied or added or subtracted by 2.
But it's cool because they're close.
So yeah, but I think I already said it before, but it's like Nick was born at 622 or 644. You divide that by 2 or multiply. Yeah, divide that by 2. Julian was born at 1222. Their birthdays are February 6th. The other one 6 months later is August 3rd. You divide the 6 by 2 and you get 3, right? My math's right?
Yeah.
Then, like I said, every 6 months there's a birthday. They're just, everything's by 2 with them. It's funny. Just even the time they were born, it's 1222, 644. It's a trip. I trip out. But they have made life very fun. And, I'm glad that I didn't go through with it and ended up hurting myself. Because they wouldn't have a dad and I wouldn't be here. And, and I think, like I said, dude, just the love for children, bro, is totally different. You can love your wife.
It's different.
But you love your kid even more. You'll take a bullet for your kid.
Absolutely.
There's parents that have taken the fall for their kids and gone to prison.
It's worth it, actually.
And you
want them to have the fresh, good life.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like I said, man, just like, I love my kids, dude. And I think, I try to show them as much as I can. I don't think I tell them a lot. Like sometimes they try to hug me. Like, it's funny because I go home for lunch and it's like, hey, you used to tell me you love me. You used to come and say hi to me when I got home. And what the hell? But they're getting older, dude.
Yeah.
They're getting older now. We bump heads with Nick sometimes because he has a control freak. And my baby's mom's like, I wonder where he gets that from. Shut the hell up, woman. But he just likes to be a little bossy, and he tries to,
and you gotta put yourself at that age.
Yeah, exactly.
How were you at that age?
Exactly.
I mean, for me, I think 14, 15 was the roughest. For me, it was. I mean,
yeah,
just trying to figure out going through puberty, turning into a man.
Yeah, it's crazy because I kind of had that conversation with him. Like, he obviously knows about the birds and the bees, and I had to tell him, dude, it's like, hey, you need to relax. You need to calm the hell down. Like,
it's coming.
You need to release. And he looked at me like he knew what that meant, bro. Because he knows. Like I said, we they're very smart and they ask questions. They always ask questions. They don't believe in Santa Claus. They know what the fuck. They know what's up. They don't believe in the Tooth Fairy. They don't believe in the Easter Bunny. They know what's up.
Yeah.
They ask questions. So, when the birds and the bees conversation came up, then we had that conversation with them. So that's why when he was being like a pain in the ass, he's like fighting with his brother and shit. I'm like, hey, what the hell, dude? Relax. Do you need to release? And my wife's like, I'm like,
Well, you just said that bluntly, like,
yeah. And then he kind of like checked himself and he calmed down. I'm like, okay, I'm being an asshole. I gotta stop. And then, but nah, it's just like
they're at that age.
Yeah, they're at that age, bro. It's like, you know,
adolescent years
with me, I know I could have tolerated my daughter longer, but it was very hard because I was put in a spot where if I spank her, then CPS is going to come to my house. If I spank her, the cops are going to get called. So it's very hard. I mean, I think one day my wife grabbed Julian because he was trying to bite everybody, and she grabbed him in a hold that she learned in child development. CPS came to the house that she was beating the children, and we're like, no, she wasn't. Like, what can you? So she showed the CPS worker what she did to Julian to calm him down, and even the worker was impressed. What did you learn that at? And she was like, in child development classes. I have like 60 credits for school.
Shouldn't they know that?
Yeah, no, the CPS knows that.
Right.
They knew that.
They're like, how did you know that?
Exactly. Yeah. They're questioning her. How did she know that? But hey, man, kids are a challenge. They grow up fast.
It's rewarding.
It's rewarding. They make life fun. Something
to look forward to.
Something to look forward to
in this shitty world. Sorry to say it like that.
Take a lot of pictures. Take a lot of videos. Hold them tight every day. Because
tell them you love them.
Blink of an eye, bro. Tell them you love them. Because in a blink of an eye, you know, I'll say it again. The wife was like, Nick goes to bed. Good night, Mom. Good night, Dad. The next morning, good night. Good morning, Dad. Good morning. Yeah, his voice can't fucking change. Yeah, like, what the fuck, man? I'm a man now. So in the blink of an eye, bro, it's just fun. It's a trip. They grow up. Like Nick was so short and chubby, and look at how tall he is now. And he's stretched out.
He's gonna be in high school now, right?
Yeah.
This year?
We took him this week to go get his promotion pictures taken for 8th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, so
now you start a whole new chapter.
It's a trip because Julian's going to start junior high. Nick is going to start high school, and Layla just finished high school. She will be starting college.
Oh, she's going to go?
Hopefully. That's just a lie I tell myself.
Well, I mean,
no, I'm sure she will.
Nowadays, I mean, you kind of have to go. It's not like our time where our parents didn't go to college. They didn't raise us to go to college. So now they have to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now to be an account manager, you have to have a degree in some companies.
Some companies.
Believe that? Well, I do this job because I don't have a real degree. I got this AA in radiology, but doesn't mean anything now. You know what I mean? But they got to go, man.
Yeah.
So recommendations starting a college fund.
I actually listened to my boy Jacob Andrade podcast, Random Topics. He talks about finances. He talks about real estate. He one episode he talked about a college fund or a college trust fund or whatever. So I may not be able to afford a trust fund, but I started them on their credit. Oh, he talked about credit on one episode. So I actually opened up a savings account for them.
For that.
So that by the time they hit adulthood, they're going to have 8 to 10 years, or I lied, 6 to 8 years of credit by having the longest bank account opened. And
that helps.
Well, you're sitting on what started my credit score.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I hold a sentimental value to these couches.
There's nothing wrong
because
with
these guys started.
Are you hiding something here, though?
No. You got the color. These things started my credit score. So I like them. They actually remind me of the couch in the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I love that movie, dude. I think that's one of the first movies I remember.
Oh, dude. Oh, that too. Too. They will watch the same movie over and
Roger
over
Rabbit,
and over.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Show the kids the classics. These kids love Back to the Future. They love Star Wars.
Back to the Future.
Dude, I was already going to end the podcast, but you fucking reminded me.
Yeah.
Dude, they will watch the same movie, dude, the movie Cars. In those 3 hours that I had the kids, we will watch it 3 times. Over and over and on repeat and on repeat. And
classics never even the Charlie
the
and
other
the
night
Factory.
The other night I think it was like Tuesday. I just felt like it for the fuck of it. We were watching Shrek. we're watching Shrek.
now is old. So,
I come home from work and we didn't finish it, but I come home from work and JoJo's watching it. I'm like, what the hell, dude? You're watching it without me. And he's like, well, I'm going to watch part 2 next. I'm like, no, you're not. I'm playing Call of Duty.
It's like you can kind of go back and feel like a kid again, too.
Yeah, I play them the classics. I play them, you know, they've watched Waterworld. They've watched Drop Dead Fred.
Oh, gosh.
They've watched that one.
That is so old.
Yeah. I've watched them. The Gremlins. They were watching Gremlins around Christmas. Gremlins is a Christmas movie, bro.
It is.
It's a Christmas movie. So Gremlins, they're starting to get kind of antsy and they're starting to get kind of freaked out, right? And my wife's like, your dad would not put a horror movie during Christmas. The moment she said that, all these freaking gremlins popped out of everywhere. She's like, Andy, are you fucking serious?
I hope you start them off with Home Alone 2 or something.
They've watched Home Alone.
Or The Grinch, the original
They've
Grinch,
watched
by
The Grinch. They've watched...
Not the newer crap.
They're getting older now where I can watch Step Brothers with them. I can watch...
Awesome.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Every year is a period, man. Like, I want them to watch Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, great.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't seen that in so long.
Weekend at Bernie's. I had them watch The Hangover recently. My wife's like, don't tell anybody. It's okay. The ending, they didn't really watch we knew when the boob was going to pop out, so we told them to turn around. But it's a boob, dude. They're gonna see boobs.
It's a boob.
It's not a porno. They're not watching a porno.
Right.
And at the end of it, you know all the clippings of the pictures? I would literally pause it. Okay, you guys can see that one. And they will laugh. Okay, next one. Okay, you can see that one. Oh, not that one. So every year, dude, something just remind them of the classics. Dude, the boys love Queen.
Oh,
they love ABBA. Dude, the other day I was listening. I was dropping them off, and we were listening to the radio. It was ABBA came on the radio, and I switched the song. And JoJo, who's 12, it's like, dude, what's your problem? Put it back. I'm like, whoa, all right.
Good.
Dude, they love ABBA, Queen, freaking. We were watching Shazam. And when the Queen song came on, no, Shazam. Is it Shazam or that new superhero movie? The guy with the lightning on his chest. Shazam.
Oh, I don't think I've seen it.
It's a good movie. Queen's song comes on that movie, and they're jamming to it, bro. They're like the only kids in the theater that know that song. So, teaching the classics. Teaching the classics. I take them every time I take them to Oxnard. We drive by this one block, and they're like, Dad, that's where they destroyed the DeLorean. Fuck yeah, it was.
DeLorean.
I was born down the street from where the DeLorean was destroyed.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that house or no?
Which one?
For the Back to the Future.
Which house? The one in LA or Encino or something like that? It's somewhere out here.
Yeah.
Roger went to they actually filmed it at the high school that he went to. He goes, oh yeah, fucker, look at this. And he showed me, like, okay, whatever. We're trying to compare.
Always
stuff.
trying to compare.
Oh yeah.
Off topic, but what is your favorite
We've
movie?
been off topic, bro.
What is your favorite movie of all
The only
time?
movie that I can quote over and over again, and I actually had them watch it too. Again, made them turn around certain scenes. But I can quote this movie all the time. They actually watched it and learned something from it. They learned that one person, your actions can cause a ripple effect. Is that the word? Ripple?
Yes.
Your action can cause a ripple effect. Blood in, blood out.
Oh, Blood in, Blood Out is it?
They watched it, and at the end of the movie where he's giving his cousin the speech, the kids were like, they took that movie as a lesson, like as a teaching moment where I never saw that before.
You know that movie's 3 hours.
Yeah.
Did they sit through and
3 hours and 10 minutes, bro. Hell yeah.
Awesome,
Hell yeah.
man.
Blood in, blood out, bro.
Keep
I'm
the
always
classics
quoting that
going.
movie. Keep the classics going. And dude, just enjoy fatherhood. If you want to have more kids, I suggest you start now.
That's what they say. Don't wait.
Start
too
now
long.
so they can grow up together.
I'll be 40 soon.
And dude, I might tell you one of these days, hey, guess what? I'm gonna be a dad too.
Hey, you never know, huh?
Dude, you never know. If Tom Brady can play till he's 42, we can have
4 next year and go until 45.
We can have kids in our 40s.
That's right.
Oh, back to your topic about being too old. I'm now jumping up. I see Valentine in the Morning. He's 50, bro.
Who?
Valentine in the Morning, the morning show that I listen to.
Oh, okay.
He's 50. His son just turned 13. He can do it. We can do it.
Yeah, and you got to think, even in your 40s, you're not old.
Nah. You're only as old as
prime,
You're only as old as you feel, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Again, Tom Brady.
I feel fine. But we get it before we get into way more fucking topics. I love having somebody here. This is cool.
It's awesome, man.
You were nervous at first, but look at you now, Mr.
Yeah.
Podcast over here.
Thanks for having me, sir.
Well, like I end every podcast, thank you for riding with me.
Cerrone out.
Thank you for listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Indie Podcast. You can also listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean.